You're listening to an archived Cabral Concept podcast. After listening to the show, check out the most up-to-date podcasts available at stephencabral.com/podcasts or search directly on iTunes. And now, welcome to the Cabral Concept, where board-certified naturopath and integrative health practitioner Dr. Stephen Cabral shares how he was diagnosed at the age of 17 with a life-altering illness and given no hope for recovery. It was only after studying and traveling all over the world did he discover how to combine ancient Ayurvedic healing practices with state-of-the-art naturopathic and functional medicine to fully rebalance the body and re-energize it with life. It's time to discover how to get well, lose weight, and finally feel alive again. And now, here's your host, Dr. Stephen Cabral.
I'm Stephen Cabral, and I'm very happy to say that for the very first time, I'm going to be able to answer all of your questions on CBD oil, whether it's useful, not useful, hemp versus marijuana versus cannabinoids, like all of those specific things, because I've been getting a lot of questions. But what I wanted to do was just do a little bit more research. I wanted to do really use CBD oil myself for an extended period of time to give you some personal feedback on it, use it in my practice as well, and just let you know what the research says, what really is going on right now with the government and with pharmaceutical agencies, or pharmaceutical companies, I should call it, and what you should really be looking for. So here's essentially what I found. Right now, there are literally pharmaceutical companies all across the United States and other countries as well that are scrambling to produce synthetic CBD oil, of marijuana as well, but we're going to talk about the difference in just 1 second. And they are also trying to patent certain forms of these cannabinoids or CBDs. So we're going to talk about all these specific things. And that shows you something right away. So when you look at omega-3, when you look at vitamin D, when you look at statins, and you say all of these things came from natural, herbal, or natural-based products. And they work so well, so overwhelmingly well, that pharmaceutical companies know we can make money off of this. And that's what they're doing right now with CBD oil. It unequivocally works. So let's just chat right now about what are some of those benefits of CBD oil, what CBD oil is in the first place if you've never heard about it, because again, it's that important. It's going to be the big thing in late 2017, probably more so in 2018. I think you'll hear about it more 2018, but at least you get a 1-year head start right now. So here's the thing. Let's just talk about it. It's not marijuana, or it's not cannabis sativa or indica, where you might get an actual high or the psychoactive components of that, because it does not have THC in it. The upper limit for CBD oil is 0.3 THC. So I believe that's the upper limit. I'm pretty sure that through my research, that's what I found. So legally, CBD oil can be sold at 0.3 THC. That's nothing. There's no psychoactive components to that. You will not get a high. You will not feel high. You will not get any of those feelings that you would get from smoking marijuana or edibles or anything like that. Okay, so now we know. Well, why? Why is that? Let's talk about that. Well, so THC causes more of the euphoria that you get, and that's because there's CB1 and CB2 receptors in your brain. And the THC is allowed to bind to those, but CBD does not bind to these receptors, which means that you're going to get the benefits of using marijuana without the side effects, without the drug-like, the high, the psychoactive components, whatever you want to talk about. And honestly, I pass no judgment. If someone wants to smoke marijuana or anything like that, totally fine with me. I see it as no more harmful and even less harmful than drinking alcohol. So alcohol, we know that it's a greater toxicity to the liver. We know that ethanol alcohol is actually a poison to the body. We know that it causes a lot of drunk driving accidents. We know that it causes more violence. So you don't get that as much with marijuana. So some people can make the argument that it's a lot safer because you can't overdose as well on marijuana. There are no studies showing that you can actually smoke too much marijuana or eat too many edibles. So it's food for thought. I don't actually have an opinion one way or another to that. What I'm talking about right now is the supplement, CBD. So CBD are the cannabinoids, the beneficial components inside cannabis, okay, inside hemp. Hemp, we'll use that as synonymous with being able to use hemp protein, to be able to use it as plants, to be able to not have the THC in it. So here's the thing. Right now, the main benefits that people are experiencing, and this is really important to know. So they've been experiencing for years the reduction in inflammation, the reduction in glaucoma, the shrinking of tumors and cancer, the relieving of pain, arthritis, anxiety, boosting mood, but without the high, reducing menstrual pain or PMS, helping with OCD, ADHD, PTSD, autism, Alzheimer's. It aids in digestion because it calms that sympathetic nervous system. It relieves nausea. It can help with epilepsy, and they're especially looking at this in children with epilepsy, neurological disorders. It helps with blood sugar. It helps with cardiovascular health. It's helping people with psoriasis, with Crohn's, with anything for a stress-related disorder. Okay, I'm going to give you my experiences in just a moment as well. It's also been able to help with addictions, without a doubt, especially opiate-based addictions. It helps with bipolar, with depression. These are all studies. Literally, these are scientific studies showing that it helps with these particular things. Any form of gut-based issues like IBS, Crohn's, colitis, motion sickness. It helps with, again, rheumatism, autoimmune-based diseases, skin conditions, stroke, stress, schizophrenia. Really, the benefits go on. And you can say, well, how does this work? Like, how is this possible that I can get this many benefits? Here's the big thing. It lowers inflammation. It boosts mood, which reduces stress. What are the primary reasons for many of us getting sick in the first place, dealing with all of these issues? A lot of it is anxiety, stress, constriction of the arteries, leading to inflammation, leading to high cortisol, the catabolic breakdown nature of that cycle in the HPA axis. You can help that once you can calm your body down. I mean, it's just absolutely phenomenal. So now let me give you my perspective, because I'm not going to make this a big show. I want you to then be able to look into it yourself. So again, the Cabral concept is trying to bring you concepts, trying to bring you ideas from an unbiased perspective. So think what you will about alcohol, marijuana, whatever it might be. I'm not talking about that today. Nothing to do with that. I'm talking about an actual nutritional supplement from a plant. Oregano is a plant. Cannabis is a plant. Arugula is a plant. Again, cannabis is the same thing. It's a plant. It just happens to have some psychoactive effects if you use and include the THC with it. However, my opinion is, I don't believe that people should be using marijuana on a daily basis. Just like I don't think people should be drinking on a daily basis. They're both drugs. How often should you be using marijuana? Well, maybe as often as you believe that you should be drinking. And for a lot of people, that's never, right? But for some people, they enjoy that. That's part of a social aspect. Well, maybe they would be used in the same way. That, again, is not today's discussion. Today's discussion is about how can you help things like cancer, anxiety, OCD, menstrual-based pain, ADHD, autism in children. I mean, right now, CBD oil is being used to help children with autism. How can you not talk about this? Here's my experience. I began to use CBD oil almost 6 months ago, five plus months ago now. I wanted to know, changed nothing else in my diet, changed nothing else in my typical daily routine, changed nothing else in my supplementation. I started using CBD just once a day. I took it when I got home from work. So the main thing I would say is like, well, what could I benefit from CBD? Well, I could certainly benefit in reducing some inflammation. That's for sure, with working out, those types of things. But really what I wanted to do is I wanted to be able to switch gears when I got home. I wanted to be able to leave work behind. I wanted to be able to relax, be fully present with my 2 daughters and my wife, and to just kind of calm down, just like really relax, get into that parasympathetic, and maybe, just maybe I would get into a deeper sleep. Okay, here's what I found. It worked the very first time. I can't tell you. Now, I'm a big believer in nutritional supplements, but most of them you're just not going to feel. They're prophylactic, which means when you take B vitamins, yes, they can give you energy, those types of things, but you just feel good overall. A daily multivitamin, usually it's not life-changing, right? Sometimes you can definitely feel it if you're that depleted, but there's that. Well, what about taking another thing? Like, let's just say, I don't know, ashwagandha. The benefits might come over a period of weeks, not necessarily right away. Magnesium citrate, like right before bed, yes, that can work right away, no doubt about it. CBD oil worked within 30 minutes. I actually felt like I got a little bit of the euphoria, not high at all. I'm not saying that at all. What I'm saying is I felt lighter. I felt happier. I felt more relaxed. I felt myself naturally smiling. Again, this is not a psychoactive component of using CBD. This is me experiencing the effects of the anti-inflammatory, the stress reducing, the mood boosting benefits of cannabinoids or cannabidiol. Those specific things which have been tested inside of cannabis and extracted, right? We're extracting it out of the plant that could also contain the THC, which would then get you high. My experience was this. It works immediately. And for me at least, and again, I had about a dozen people just that I was using the product with, and they said the same thing basically that I did. I didn't have the anxiety that a lot of other people had, but for them, they used it during the morning and it made them less anxious at work. Everyone got deeper and better sleep. Most people found that they got this like immediate, more like really big boost in like happiness, those types of things for the first, let's say 5 days to 7 days. And then it was just almost maintenance. Like they never got that like big boost again unless they stopped for a little while and then went back to it, but they maintained the anti-anxiety, the deeper sleep, the lower inflammation. I used it with one person who was having DVTs or blood clots. They were having a lot of pain in their leg. Gone. Literally gone. No more Advil, no more anti-inflammatories, just use CBD. Now, again, will results vary? Absolutely. Just like anything else. And I'm not saying that this is a panacea or cure-all, but what I'm saying is if you're dealing with things that I just mentioned, it might be worth trying. Okay, so that's my experience. I do think it's great. I used it every day for over 90 days. And now I just kind of keep it as my, again, you should see my house. It's 100 different nutritional supplements. And when it's there and when I want it, I use it. Like, let's just say I come home, I'm stressed, I want to relax. I use CBD oil. I don't drink alcohol. I don't do those particular things. So I'm just using some CBD oil. And here's the thing though, you have to have the right dosage. People use CBD oil and they say, I don't feel any effects. And here's why. Studies are done at 10 to 20 milligrams of the CBD. So the cannabinoids or the cannabidiol minimum. So that's 10 to 20 milligrams minimum. 20 milligrams is what you're looking for. What do most CBD companies have for a serving size? 5 milligrams. The number one selling CBD oil right now, CBD Gold or something like that, nothing against them. They're doing nothing wrong, but they are selling it at 5 milligrams of dosage. You need to do 4 times that amount to really get the clinical benefit. So am I saying that it's a bad product? No, I'm just saying that you're not going to get the benefits that we just read about today. You want the gut-based issues, the anxiety, the mood, the mood boosting, I should say, the happiness, those types of things, right? Anti-cancer benefits. You want to do it at an appropriate dosage. So that's a big thing. One of the ones that we use, we've had it again for a while. I'm not able to bring everything online yet for what we use in our practice. I wish that I could. It's just a lot of work on our end, and it doesn't mean that that's a very good excuse. It just means that we're a real wellness practice in Boston, seeing thousands of people, and we do our best. We just do our best, but we don't always bring everything online. So maybe I should have done it 6 months ago, but anyway, we're able to do it now. We're literally sourcing our CBD. You can use anybody's in the world. We source the number one extraction in the United States. It's farmed in Colorado. It's one of the only organic CBD farms, basically, in the United States, which means there's no pesticides. So that's big. You don't want to use CBD oil that doesn't say or that doesn't say organic, because you might be getting those pesticides. And also, you want to make sure that you're actually using what's called a cold extraction method. So again, check it out. Check a bunch of different varieties if you'd like. Find out who's the best for you. Just make sure that you're using a full spectrum so that it's just not particular CBDs. Full spectrum, you want organic, you want third-party verified, you want cold extraction methods, and ideally you don't want it coming from, nothing against China. Again, I've been there, love China, but a lot of it can have heavy metals and a lot of it may not be what it actually says. So here's what I do. I use 24, the serving size in this is 24.2 milligrams. That's what I used for the over 90 days straight. And that's what I've used now for almost 6 months, just for ongoing basis of use. I think it's fantastic. It's helped with, I believe, just overall inflammation, allergies, those specific types of things, getting me into a deeper sleep. If I can answer any questions on this, I'm happy to. It's really the first time that I've explored this topic. I expect it just to be an introduction show. People have been asking about it quite a bit. That's why I'm answering it here today. And my thing is this, again, it's a nutritional supplement. We are working on things at a deeper root cause level. You can still run lab tests. You can still eat better, and you should. CBD oil, though, is there just like a nutritional supplement to help you overcome some of the things that we spoke about, some of the things we listed. And if it can do that, to ease you, again, as we spoke about yesterday on our Mindset and Motivation Monday, to that next level of health, that next level of body transformation, that next level of career, spirituality, enlightenment, whatever it might be, allow that supplement to do that. A supplement simply completes you. It gives you what you might not have right now. And that's how I like to use it. That's what I believe in. So again, any questions, do feel free. Please feel free to write in and ask. Happy to answer those. Hopefully you enjoyed today's show, and hopefully you now start to understand why pharmaceutical companies are literally scrambling to try to patent or create synthetic versions of this so that they can sell it as a prescription drug, because they will. Again, mark my words, but you always want nature. You always want natural. And so it's completely legal now in every U.S. state. We ship ours online. You can simply go to StevenCabral.com/store. Again, there's no pressure to buy. You don't need to buy. What I'm doing is I want you to go to the store. So StevenCabral.com/store. Just go under supplements and click on organic CBD oil. Just look at the benefits again. It's an information page, not a sales page. And it's telling you all the different extraction methods, if it could help a particular condition that you're dealing with right now. Again, we're not diagnosing disease. We're not treating disease. What we're looking at is helping to rebalance the body. So again, hopefully today's show was, hopefully it was somewhat informational. Again, if this can help anyone else, please do feel free to pass it along to them. Before you go, I wanted to ask you this question. What if I could teach you in just a couple of hours how to transform your thyroid, hormones, adrenal, cholesterol, blood pressure, blood sugar, weight loss, energy, mood, brain, pregnancy, anti-aging, or many other health-related issues? After 20 years in private practice, after seeing and overseeing 250,000 client appointments, I sincerely feel I have the real-world data and have found the answer you've been searching for. So what I've done is spent hundreds of hours of my own time refining what you need to know in order to uncover your underlying root cause health issues and then begin to rebalance the body and bring it back to a state of robust health and wellness. I'm going to teach you exactly what I do in my private practice so you can understand how you got here and now what you need to do in order to heal. You'll receive all of the important success checklists, protocols, and even ways to customize it to make the program fit your busy life. And you'll get all of this at a fraction of the price. Let me save you the time, money, energy, stress, and frustration of not knowing what to do next. Instead of reading dozens of books on the topic and seeing multiple practitioners, I will condense everything that you need to know in just a few hours of video tutorials that you can watch and listen to anywhere. Together, we will make this healing process an enjoyable one that you can take with you for the rest of your life. I wish you all of the best of health and happiness, and I hope to be able to guide you on your healing journey through my Health Results Accelerators. Simply choose the health imbalance you're currently suffering from, and by the end of today, you'll know what went wrong and how to get well again. I guarantee it. For details, head over now to StevenCabral.com/courses.